Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hello, my friends. I'm still here. Today again with the computer, that makes the communication a bit easier. Thank you all for your energetic support. It's a rather slow process, but gradually I'm getting better and better. We just have to go through it. In the end, the light is always stronger than darkness. So I'll talk about Sharon. Asked me, what about prayer? She has the habit of praying. Whether it would be better to just connect without praying. And no. If prayer is something that comes natural, then prayer is perfectly all right. If that is a way one naturally connects with divinity, then prayer is perfectly fine. Of course, it's better not to pray for all kinds of personal stuff. I want this, I want that. But the prayer that comes from the heart for healing, for spiritual insight, these prayers, they perfectly work. If one connects in that way with sincerity, with the divine, then there is also a response. We may not always be immediately aware of that response, but the response is always there. If somebody doesn't have that affinity to praying, then we need not think how we should start praying. It is not necessary. It's perfectly fine to just connect. But if that prayer comes naturally, like Sharon tells, it comes naturally. Since long time, it has been with her. So no need of diminishing the efficiency of it by thinking maybe it would be better to just connect. No. If one connect in this way, perfectly fine. One who doesn't feel like praying can just connect. And it comes to the same. Both is perfectly all right. So there are no need of thinking you should do something else. Just continue with your natural way of connecting. Okay. And I leave the subject. And I invite, if there is anybody ready who would like to come in, please come in. Okay. Can I talk about something Marie has asked, or rather, she just wanted to share? She discovered that if she's doing the inquiry, there was always that expectation that some result should manifest. And somehow that gave a tension in that inquiry. And now she discovered she can do the inquiry without the expectation. And suddenly it feels much better. Just be with the inquiry without thinking something should happen, something should happen. Just be with the inquiry. And then she understood, actually, it's becoming fun without that expectation. Just to do the inquiry, to observe what is happening. That there is much more truth in it if you are not handicapping it by thinking something should happen, something should happen, something should change. That is the way one learns to sincerely do the practice, sincerely do the inquiry, at the same time be relaxed about it, without continuously holding expectations what should now happen if I do so. Just do it and then wait and see what happens. So, very well that you discovered that you understood that. Continue like this. This is great. Hari Om, Hari Om. Okay. I'm asking again. Is there anybody who would like to come in? Please come.
Hi, good morning, Werner.
Hello, Udi.
I'm glad to hear that something is progressing. And according to that, I would like to hear something about what you would say is well-being. Well-being that is common to all of us and not specific to a person. What you consider as well-being?
Well-being, right. Our natural state is being well. Our natural state is being at ease, at peace, joyous. Of course, then when there is something in the system that is troubling, then sometimes this well-being may be overshadowed. When we have things in the mind that create tensions, and we are worried about things, that well-being is overshadowed, but behind that, it's always there. It's not something that we have to create. It's just we learn not to disturb it, and then we become aware that natural well-being is simply there.
So you would say that probably our behavior, our act sometimes mask this light that exists always in us?
Yes, right. I mean, it's so all-pervading, the sorrows, the sadness, but this is not our natural state. It's because we are creating scenarios in the mind that create tensions, because we are worried about things, because we are afraid of things, because we are worried about what has happened in the past, how I have been acting, how they have been acting. Holding on to those things creates all those tensions that prevent us from being in our natural, joyous, happy state.
But still, those ups and downs are not harming this light that exists with us.
It doesn't harm your natural state. It doesn't harm who you are. It's harming us in our immediate personal experience because of the identification with it. Then one feels pain, mental pain, physical pain. Physical pain cannot always be avoided as long as the body is there. Sometimes it hurts, but we can accept it and relax, and then usually it's already much more bearable, and that's the best way to quickly let it pass. But the mental pain is something that we are creating. We don't have to do so. It's out of old habits that we go into that again and again. But it doesn't harm what you really are. It doesn't harm your true state, your state of peace and joyousness.
At least for me, the experience to meet this point is always with a sense of harmony.
Mm-hmm.
But I must admit that it's not so common.
Yes.
So I will just say to you and all of us that we will be able to stay there more easily and more common.
Yes. The old habits, how we are functioning, are strong and taking over again and again. But the more we become conscious, the easier we see it. And then when we see it, we can detach from it. When we detach from it, then that sense of harmony comes back.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hari Om. Hari Om. Is there anybody else who would like to come in? Please come.
Hello, Werner.
Hello, Nelly.
I'm glad that you're getting better.
Thank you.
I listened to one of the previous satsangs where you talked with Udi about freedom.
Yeah.
Yes, and I liked that you said that freedom doesn't depend of our capacity to do everything that we want, because sometimes we should adjust to other people if we don't live alone, and when we are in a society. But freedom depends of our rootedness, how we feel connected with ourselves. And I thought that it is possible to say about happiness, that happiness depends of our connection with ourselves too, not from external things, but from our rootedness and our feeling ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think about it. Now I see that I have some difficulties in my relationship with my mom. Yeah, and I see that she doesn't like something in me, and she doesn't approve, and I feel her disappointed and bad mood, and like this, something like this. I see that I react on it. Yeah, and I understand that I have to do, that I need to do what I want with my life. And
yes.
yeah, and I do this, but still I feel this unpleasant feeling in myself. This that I regret that our connection is not good. I understand that I can't change it, because if she feels like this and wants to be in this mood, it's her choice. But anyway, I feel that I react on it. I have in my mind these thoughts, and I see how difficult it is to attach from them. And this is like from my childhood, when I felt that my mother doesn't approve me and something like this, and it's so deep in me. And I try to disconnect with this and to connect more with myself. And I just feel it. I should find this balance to be kind with her and benevolent, and with besides it, do what I want and what I need. Yet I just feel it's not difficult, or not easy to attach from this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can sometimes try to talk to your mother about how you are functioning, your motivations, but it's not sure that she will understand or approve. And it's better that you just accept, okay, she comes from a certain standpoint, from a certain angle, she sees things, and somehow certain thing in you don't quite fit into it. And then if, in spite of trying to explain more how you are functioning, it doesn't work, then you just learn to accept that's how it is. And that you don't nurture bad feelings towards her because of that. That you can accept, okay, that's how she feels, doesn't really matter. But because it's an old thing from the childhood, that you had the feeling you're not getting the approval of your mother, then it's good that you are very aware of when the feeling comes, when the reactions come, that you see the reactions, but that you accept that it is as it is, but do you accept that you're also still reacting out of old habits, especially things that are rooted in the subconscious since the youth, since the childhood. They sometimes are very strong, and so you have to look at it again and again, see what it is doing to your experience now, and then relax that as good as you can. And the more you can relax, the more you can accept, the less it is a problem. That if your mother has certain reservations, about your life, about your behavior, about your way of thinking. So be it.
Yeah. Yes, I try.
Right. And in the beginning, you talked about happiness, right? And you cannot make your happiness dependent that externally things are exactly as you would like to, but there will be always a number of things that are not the way we would like it to be. And one aspect is obviously how your mother feels about certain things in your life. And the better you can accept it, the better you are relaxed, and the better you are connected with yourself and the source of your happiness.
Yes, yes, I try to do it because it sticks so deep in me. This old habits are very strong. I'll go on looking at this, my reactions, my emotions.
Yes, old deep-rooted habits like this, they may take some time, but if you are patiently confronting it again and again, gradually they lose their power.
Yeah, okay, Werner. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to come in? Please come. There are 36 people, so somebody will have to say something.
Hello, Werner.
Hello, Patrick.
Hi, Werner.
Hi.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay. Nice to be here. I have a question. Is it true that I see always myself when I meet other people?
Yeah.
Is this true?
Sorry?
That I see always myself when I meet other people, or as an example, when I'm angry about somebody, that is angry about myself, and
Yes.
not. Is this true?
Yes. I mean, somebody may trigger something with their behavior, but then the reaction, of course, is in yourself. Somebody is interfering. Please turn your microphone off. This is
Galaxy A40.
Yeah, there is no name. There is Galaxy for A40. Please turn your microphone off.
It's
okay. Done. Okay, Patrick.
So that is all the time when something annoys me that I have to look to myself, because it cannot be otherwise than come from myself.
I mean, sometimes situations are annoying, but it's always good. The first step, have a good look at yourself, at your reaction. And then see that reaction, see what it is doing to your experience right now, and relax as good as you can. Then if still you look out and you think there is an annoying situation and actually they should not behave like this, then you can also say something that, hey, look, what you are doing is totally offensive for me and others, so please adjust your behavior. Whether they do so or not, then it's then another question. But our feeling annoyed is our own reaction. And we can work first and mainly on that.
And thank you. How can I decide what is the appropriate reaction to look at myself or to speak with other people about the annoying situation?
Well, best is that you first look at yourself and deal with your reaction to the annoying situation. And then maybe if you have dealt with your reaction, suddenly the situation is not more so important. But then still, sometimes you may feel, no, there is something that could be adjusted, and you can try to discuss it with whoever is there responsible, that to bring about the situation. Sometimes it works if we talk. Sometimes, in spite of talking, nothing happens.
But it's not all the time an easy decision. What is the right decision, to only look at myself or to have a talk?
Yes, first have a good look at yourself. And if you feel you're fine with yourself, you have it somewhat under control, you can relax your reaction, and then you look at the situation again, and maybe you feel it's not really necessary that I try to change anything. But if you still feel it's necessary, then you can try to change.
But it can be that my ego only tricks me, and that my ego says, you have to talk.
Yes, of course, that is always the first reaction, that always trying to adjust the others. But if you first, then if you see the impulse and you first look at yourself, look at your reaction, see how it is affecting you at the present moment, and then relax that and be detached from that reaction, then after that you have also more objective view of the situation, and can then more detachedly decide whether you feel that there is the need of talk or not.
Thank you very much, Werner.
You're welcome. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hi, Werner.
Hello, Liora Lila.
Yeah. In regard to Patrick's question,
Yeah.
this week I had a sort of event, I don't know, with my son. I came to help with the children, with my grandchildren, and my son was rather agitated and sort of edgy and not so much focused on what the plan is and so on. And brought up a lot of tension, which of course my grandson specifically reacted to it, and I also was tired, and so we had to navigate through somehow. And then when my daughter-in-law arrived, they just left, and he knew it was disturbing. We managed to somehow sneak a few words to describe or to express, to convey. And I went home and I was sad and worried. And I knew I shouldn't be saying anything because it wasn't the situation, and we don't have enough time specifically they don't have enough time to discuss, and it happens, things like that, and no one is perfect.
Yes.
So this tendency to this sort of old voice saying that you have to put your leg to foot, you have to tell him that he couldn't behave like that, and it's hurting and blah blah. And another voice said, he never means to hurt me. I know for sure. So I thought, this sentence came to me that, or this intention, or asking myself, what is my intention in this situation?
Yeah.
And they are my children, and I know it's like, the highest best of all involved. It's not that somebody is right or wrong, it's the situation. It's not about me, it's not about him. It's a situation.
Yes.
Dependent origination, as we say. Things happen and we don't always can manage the situation. It comes from whatever. I think the next day I received a message from my daughter-in-law. I don't know if she knew what happened, but she wrote a very beautiful message, thank you message, I would say. And there was a process in me, of course, looking at all the elements and all the emotions and opinions that came up. So what I want to say is that, of course, the results at the end was good. We spoke a little bit the day after, just a little bit. Just told him that maybe next time we have to make a plan in advance, exactly how we're going to spend these hours together with the children in the afternoon. Everybody's tired. And he said what he had to say, but we didn't. The atmosphere was good. It wasn't something like, but you did, or but you said, or I'm right, you are wrong, and all this kind of so it was tiring. It was sort of exhausting to do it all by myself. Like, and it felt very good. It felt very good, and the result. And no matter what I see things that I don't like, of course. He's my son, but we always see, as the priest said, we see things we don't like in other people, in ourselves. And I saw. But I know also from my life experience that there is no way specifically to change other people. Maybe I can change myself a little bit, but not so much other people. Even if they are my children. And that's very painful because I brought into the world and I want to educate them and to make them best people. So it took some energy from me.
Right. Well, your son is as he is. And he may have traits that are not so pleasant for you. But then if you are in a situation there, then the most important, the first is that you look at yourself and your reactions and you make peace with yourself and find a harmony in yourself, and then that harmony is radiating in the situation and may influence whatever is happening there. If then still you feel that, yes, we should talk about certain things, then from that position, detached and at peace with yourself, then you are also in a good position to talk. And then also usually people are listening better, but there is no guarantee. Maybe he will listen, maybe he will not listen, maybe he will think you are totally wrong or just not see your point. And I can understand that after that you may feel sadness, because, right, after all, he's also your son. But then you look at that sadness, let it be for some time, and let it go. And basically accept that he is the way he is. Still, in that being so, you still can sometimes try to bring an idea in and tell him, hey, don't you think it would be much easier for everybody if you made a little adjustment here or there? Without the expectation that he will listen, that it will work, but just if you say it from your state of harmony, it may reach. But basically, it's always about ourselves. Basically, it's always that we learn to be in situations, even if they are disharmonious, that we look at our reactions to that disharmonious situation and relax those reactions and make harmony in ourselves, radiating that harmony in the situation as good as we can. The stronger we are doing so, the more it's also subtly influencing everybody who is connected with it, everybody who is involved. But life situations cannot be planned. They are always new and unique, and so it will always be a new challenge.
In situations like that, I always think about the sentence of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, who said, "You are not okay, I am not okay, I'm okay."
Mm.
And sometimes it's like that.
What was that? You are not okay, I'm not okay.
Yeah, she says, "You are not okay, I am not okay, and it's okay." It's like, yeah, that really helps me to let go. So it is now.
Yeah.
So it is now.
The letting go is the important part. Not to hold on to the reactions, not to hold on to the disharmonious feelings. When they come up again, we see them, look at them, and let them go. And then we are at peace, and then we are also fresh to face a new situation with the people.
Right.
Right. Shall we leave it at that?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Take care.
Thank you. there anybody else who would like to come in? Please come. Okay, then I talk about the second subject Sharon has mentioned. She asked about fasting. What I think about fasting, because she has over the years fasted quite often, and obviously it has helped her. Now, people are different, bodies are different, so you cannot make a general rule. For some people, fasting is not a solution at all. Other people fast with ease, and it can help to work through tensions easier if one has that kind of character. Now, Sharon, if you fast, if you have been doing that over the years, and whenever you feel like it's going to be helpful, you can do a fast, but don't let in your head the idea come up and think, maybe I should fast, that would be helpful. Do your fasting only if it really comes as a natural feeling that springs up that, okay, this is for the time being going to be good again. So we cannot make a general rule. For some people who do that naturally, easy, it can be very helpful, definitely. But if that is not coming naturally, if one starts to force oneself to fast, then maybe it's just not the way to go about it. So no compulsion. Let it come as a natural feeling from your heart, and not simply an idea in the head that it could be good, it should be good, and then force it upon oneself without really feeling like doing so all along. Then that doesn't help. That doesn't do any good. Can create more traumas. But Sharon, if you feel like sometimes fasting and it has helped you many times, then sure, you can do so. Sure. Hari Om, Hari Om. Okay, is there anybody else who would like to come in? I see here the camera is open. Susanna's iPad. Do you want to come in and talk, or you just have the camera on? Because usually I'm asking everybody to turn the camera off if they don't want to talk, because it takes less information. So then we have a better connection if everybody turns the camera off.
Werner,
Yes.
you say often just relax and have a regular meditation time to be quiet every day.
Yeah.
And would that be enough to self-realize, or is there something more necessary?
To have every day some time where we are not busy with anything else, where we can put the undivided attention in becoming more self-conscious is very, very good. But then it's also important when we come out of that period, when we face people, when we go about our daily activities, that again and again we remember to be self-conscious there in the midst of the activity. Sometimes we may become aware, oh, hours and hours have passed without really a conscious moment, so never mind the moment you become aware, then don't waste time with lamenting about what has not happened all these hours, but okay, here, now, I'm aware, and connect and relax. If we do that consequently, whenever it comes to the mind, then the memory comes back more frequent. So both is necessary, both is helpful. If you have your time where you are doing nothing else, but then bring that attitude as good as you can in all your activities. And whenever when the memory comes, then connect here, now, and relax in it as good as you can. And even if you don't stay very long, even if you stay only a few moments, those few moments are very precious. And gradually they're building up an energy, they're building up a momentum that makes it easier and easier to be aware, to be connected.
And that could be to conscious breathing is a possibility.
Sure, everyone can find their own way how to help to remember to be connected, and one simple way of going about it is simply consciously breathing.
And that's also your way, I remembered. Is that true?
Right, I have been doing all kinds of practices, but then gradually that has more and more crystallized itself that basically it's just consciously breathing.
And is it true that this can be enough for self-realizing, or is there even more necessary?
If you do that consequently, that's all that is needed.
Thank you, Werner.
You're welcome. Hari Om. Hari Om. Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to come in? Please come.
Hi, Werner.
Hello, Moksha.
Hi, man. Happy to see you.
I'm still here.
Yes, and you look so much better.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yes.
good.
You have more power.
Well, physically, I'm still feeling quite wiped, but it's getting slowly better. Yes.
Oh, I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah.
I missed a lot of your satsang because I have to cook for my son.
Uh-huh.
So in between I miss, but I heard just a little thing, and I have a new to say. I was becoming aware of something, that if I am meditation, the peace is there and everything beautiful, and then if I open my eyes and I go in the world, let's say,
Yeah.
I often hear the question, and I had it myself, that how can I bring this in the world? You see, this meditation and this.
Yeah.
And now I came to know, or became aware of, that it is impossible. Because if I open my eyes and I take what I see as reality and completely serious, this is the problem. You cannot bring the peace in this, in a dream, let's say, you know.
Yeah.
If I open my eyes and I become aware, I take this world serious. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And in meditation, if I sit in meditation, it is clear that the awareness is the focus and the real thing.
Yes.
But if I open my eyes and I forget that and I take the world serious, of course, then I'm in trouble. And it was, yeah. Can you say something about it?
Well, the awareness is still there, but then the attention shifts from the awareness in what you're perceiving and in the relative reality of it. And there you're forgetting about the awareness that is unaffected. So all that is needed, that you remember to come back and connect with awareness, and then playfully you deal with the world. And there you bring that awareness and the peace also in the situations. It doesn't mean the world is going to change now immediately, totally, but still, the more you are rooted in your awareness, in your peace, the more something radiates that is also influencing that relative reality.
That's my experience.
Mm.
But it is so amazing that I am so used, if I see the world, to take it serious.
Yeah, that's the Maya.
Yeah, that is the Maya, right? That's Lila, no?
Yes, that's the game that we are slipping into that and identifying with it and taking it serious.
Yeah, it is actually not so a big deal, right?
Yeah, it's not so a big deal. We can. It's not that we stop taking it serious, that we become inefficient. On contrary, if we're not taking it serious, then we are much more in our own strength, in our own resources, and can bring something very creative into it. Without the expectations, I must change this, I must do this, I must do that. But okay, playfully do what we can do without expectations.
And that playfully is also important. Ne? I was always so serious.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I become stuck and everything becomes heavy.
Yeah.
And it is really funny. It is becoming more playful, and now it's a new, it is totally simple, but now in my life comes that I want to repair stuff, you know, my
Yeah.
washing machine. Oh, in the past, oh, stress, the washing machine is not working.
Yeah.
Now I become, oh, let's see, can I do something about it? And it makes a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is these little things, then life becomes more fun.
Yeah. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope it seems the last time the washing machine worked.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, these little things, it doesn't sound important, and it is not important, but it is a different, it becomes more playful life.
Right.
So it is exactly experience what you say. If I don't take it serious, life becomes more rich.
Yes.
It is not from, oh, then it doesn't interest me. No, it's more rich. Even the washing machine becomes a nice element.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that
Beautiful.
playful attitude helps a lot.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And I was very serious. Very serious. As a policeman, you know, you must be serious.
I must
No.
be serious.
Actually, it's not true. There also playfulness will help a lot.
Would help a lot. Yes, yes.
Nice to see you in this state again, Werner. I'm very happy. And one short question: the situation in India, is it better to come or on the street? How is it with the Corona stuff? Still crazy or more easy?
Still crazy, and there's a lot of compulsion of the poor people that they should get vaccinated. They are being deprived of their ration card, with which they get every month some rice free and cheaper oil and sugar and such things. And so it's not a very nice atmosphere right now. But I guess it's everywhere.
Yeah, here it is. For me, it is very easy because it's more easy.
Yes,
I hope, but because I still hope to come to India this year or the beginning of next year. I hope it's possible.
They were talking about opening in the middle of this month, but so far nothing is going to happen like this. At least but till the end of the month, everything is still closed.
Still some time to go for me.
Yeah.
Okay, Werner. I wish you good time.
Thank you.
And good health. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Actually, for me, it's quite an unusual experience because by God's grace, usually this body is quite healthy and vital. which makes it, of course, easier to deal with things. And now that over some time that darkness has invaded the system, and somehow I couldn't just let it go as I usually can let go things. There was a strong intent behind it. And now, with quite a struggle, slowly, it is reducing and getting out of the system. And I have to face all the physical limitations. So it's, for me, also a learning experience to be connected, to be conscious of that aspect that is not affected by the physical and energetic condition. At the end, everything is always a good exercise to go deeper, to become stronger, to learn more about existence, about oneself. Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to come in? Please come. Okay, I have to quickly leave. I come back in a minute. Okay, here I am again. So I'm still asking, is there anybody who would like to come in and talk? Please come. I hear that in some places it's quite tough right now, that there is a lot of tension because of external restrictions, because of people being divided, belonging this side or the other side. It's a dark time. It's not easy. Other places it seems to be more relaxed. And then individually one can also be more relaxed, even if the external situation is difficult. So there, it may not always be so easy, but especially in tough situations, it is very helpful that one learns to keep and develop a playful attitude. That within the framework as it is possible, one does things that one likes. No matter what is going on, that one just goes from day to day and does things that one likes. Within one's circle, then it's always possible, no matter what is happening outside, to find quite a joyousness and the harmony with oneself and with those whom one is close. It's just somehow or other we have to find a way to go through this time. That is special, that tries to take total control, that tries to induce fear all the time, that we just find a way to connect with our own happiness, to connect with our own joyousness. And for that, it's very helpful what we have been talking before with moksha, that we open up to that playfulness, develop that playful attitude about the whole life, about ourselves, about the surroundings, about all that is happening. Eventually, this will pass. Eventually, those forces that desperately try to take total control, they will collapse. And out of that situation, something very new and much more harmonious can grow. But till then, we somehow just have to find a way to go through our days as cheerful, as creative, as playful as possible. Okay. I'm asking again, is there anybody who would like to come in and talk? Please come.
Hi, Werner.
Hello.
Hello.
Lalita,
Yes.
how are you doing?
I don't know, I get quite depressed now with the, I don't know what you are talking with the dark forces, and I feel, yeah, some panic. And yeah.
You're in panic because of what I have been talking.
Yes, with the dark forces. I don't know. I tell you, there's so much going on, what you have said. And I always try to see the light, or I see the light, and not to deal with this. And yeah. I just feel, I don't know, I felt some depression the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. Right. You are the light. You're always the light. If you connect with yourself, then whatever negativity is there out cannot really touch you. And then in between, if you feel suddenly pulled down and depressive, then step by step out of it and watch what that depression is doing to your experience right now, physically, energetically, and let it go, relax. You are pure light, and nothing can really touch that. So if you come back to that, then you're getting at ease again, and those things happening around cannot really touch you.
Yeah, it sounds easy, but I don't feel that. And actually, I have another question.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I feel the last, I don't know, the last weeks, this very much up and down, very much, yeah, panic attacks, and then, okay, everything is fine. And in Germany, I feel quite, it's getting more easy, everything. The people are not so much talking about Corona, and you can, it's more easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, there are this, yeah, massive attacks. And the other side is that I have to handle with the situation of my mother.
Yeah.
And I know that it's all a game, but somehow it makes me so sad to see somebody in such a state, you know, of dementia, and somehow you cannot help. And I don't know, yesterday it was very, very worse, and then I really get yeah, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. When this panic attack comes, then also try to objectify it instead of being totally a subject of it. Try to observe what actually is doing the panic right now to my experience, physically, energetically. And relax as good as you can. And then that's the best way to let it go, make it pass quickly. Now, of course, with your mother, it's a very difficult situation, and you cannot really do something about her condition. This is certainly not easy to watch and often sad. But then you just do what you can do and accept that there is a lot beyond what you can really do, what you can influence. Accept that it is as it is. That somehow that's the karma she has to go through, and you can do what you can to support, but at the same time you cannot change it.
Yeah, it's just very hard, you know, for me as her own daughter, to leave her, you know, in this situation. She's in her apartment, and she doesn't even know where she can sleep, where is her bed, and yeah. And then I feel that I also try to breathe with her, to tell her, no, because I see that yesterday she had so much fear of death.
Yeah.
And I really can smell it. And then it's so hard. What can I do to help her in this situation? I mean, she knows she has to die. She's 90 years, but then she has so much fear when she's alone in her room. Then I take her to my house, but then she's also so unruhig. What is not
Restless.
quiet,
Restless.
yes, and cannot relax. And I always try to help her. I don't know how.
Yes, you can do just so much, and you cannot, if you think that you can change her situation, you will always be frustrated, because obviously it's not something that you can do. Now, about her being alone in her apartment, is there not also some professional aid that is coming regularly to help her?
No. There's just once in the morning for 2 minutes and once a week. And that's not a lot. I mean, now I connected with some, how to say, offices that help, you know, because I mean, it's a special situation, and I'm not trained to, how to say, to guide something to die, or it's too much for me.
Right.
And I feel that I cannot give her I can give her love. That's what I can give her. But not die Ruhe oder die Angstlosigkeit.
Yeah.
Because it's also in me.
Right, but that's not something that you can give her if she is not open for it. But if possible, get also some professional help.
Yes.
I mean, it's too much for you all by yourself.
Yes. Especially when she says, I'm afraid of the death. Yeah, I know, then it's gone. But I'm afraid. And then, I can understand. For me, it would be the same in this moment. But what to do to help her, to make it easier? Just can take her hand and be there, but I cannot be there all the time.
Yes.
And I think you know what I mean.
Yes.
Hard to express.
But seek out professional help. It should be possible. It should be possible.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So that will at least ease up your burden.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to immediately come in? If that is not the case, then we'll end the official part of the satsang for today.